The latest release of DiGiCO software brings two new processing options to Quantum 7. This in-depth video is going to look at the first of these, Spice Rack. Spice Rack is a new processing rack that supports native processing options. These plug-in style options allow you to build a rack with insertable processors. The first option released for Spice Rack is Chili 6. So let's take a look at it. Chili 6 is fundamentally a 6-band multi-band compressor. It's built with 2 parametric bands that can be positioned anywhere in the frequency spectrum and 4 flat-top filter bands that split the spectrum using 3 pairs of high and low-pass crossover filters. For cleaner and clearer separation and for minimal interband interference, Chili 6 uses 4th-order filters across the board. As you'd expect, each of these bands features a full set of independent dynamic controls: attack, release, gain, threshold, and range. In real terms, this means that Chili 6 provides 2 EQs in one module. One EQ setting for each band when the signal is below the threshold, and a second setting per band for when the signal is over the threshold. Setting the gain controls adjusts the curve to an EQ that is applied when the signal is below the threshold. Adjusting the range for each band sets the change of EQ, either positively or negatively, that occurs when the signal passes the threshold. Being a dynamic processor, the attack and release controls allow you to adjust how quickly the changes of EQ are applied and released as the signal hits the threshold. And the dynamics angle control sets how far beyond the threshold the signal needs to be to achieve the maximum EQ. Unique to Chili 6 is the release shape control, which, as the name suggests, controls the curve of the dynamic release when the signal drops below the threshold. It's usual for compressors to have an exponential release curve, and for signals with fast-changing dynamics, this can result in pumping. The Chili 6 has a fully adjustable release shape that globally changes the release from exponential through linear to inverse exponential. While our unique inverse exponential release doesn't completely eliminate pumping, it goes a long way to reduce the effects of it for signals with fast-changing dynamics. In this session, we have Chili 6 inserted across a stereo bus. You'll see that it is linked 2 Chili 6 modules together. Quantum 7 Spice Rack gives you 16 mono or 8 stereo processing slots. Our stereo insert is using 2 of them. There are 2 ways of controlling the parameters. When in faders mode, the Quantum 7's upper master faders are assigned to the row of controls. Or with the touch and turn selected, DiGiCO's standard touch and turn control can be used to operate a single parameter. Chili 6 also comes with some presets. We've designed these to help you get started. Once you've tweaked and adjusted them to suit, you can save them as new presets for using again later. Let's run some signal through it and have a look at it in action. Starting with the default flat settings, let's adjust the gain and crossovers. This gives us our starting curve. Don't forget you can hit the listen button to isolate each band to help you tune it to each frequency that needs treating. And if you've assigned the faders to the parameters, the solo and mute buttons give you direct access to the listen and bypass functions, so it's super quick to operate and tune the processing for each band. Next, let's set the range. This is the maximum compression or expansion we want to achieve in each band. It'll be applied when the signal passes the threshold set in each band. And now, if we pull the thresholds down, you'll see the animated curve showing you exactly what's happening to the signal. It's simple and intuitive to use, and with the extra functionality of the release shape, Chili 6 on Quantum 7 should be your go-to solution for multiband compression and expansion. So that's the new DiGiCO Chili 6 and Quantum Spice Rack, the perfect native tool for shaping vocals and instruments and for focusing on problem frequencies with all the control you need. Check out our other in-depth videos on YouTube and get the most from your DiGiCO.